Hey guys, so yeah, you probably saw my last vlog of the weekend, which was me basically sobbing my heart out. It's been about 3 hours, 2-3 hours since then, so I've recovered, I've calmed down. It's now like 11 o'clock, but I was waiting for my mum to go to the bathroom so I could film this. I just wanted to share like all the things I got this weekend, like photos, autographs, all that stuff. So this is my little autograph sheet. There are only 2 names not ticked off. One's Jim Beaver, because obviously he wasn't here, which is really sad, but saved me a bit of money. And also Ty, because like I said earlier, I really didn't have the time. So hopefully he'll come again, and so I can get my photos done. I have 3 new pieces of jewellery. Oh, I hope you like my Sam t-shirt, by the way. I got it like this last week, just before the convention, and so I decided I had to wear it, and I just got changed out of my cast because we were going to Subway and I wanted to wear something different. That's my new t-shirt. I really love it. It cost me like £8, including postage. This is my new bracelet. You can't really see it, so I'll take it off. It's a Sam bracelet. It's got loads of charms on it. It's got a little cross and a book, because he likes reading. I think this is meant to be salt. It's really cool. A little car for the Impala. A little Ouija board, and my favourite, a moose. There were like 5 different versions of Sam necklace bracelets, and this is the only one that had a moose. So, kind of had to have it. I'm a total Sam girl, so although there was Cass and there was a Dean, I had to go for Sam. Although I would have loved a Cass one too, but I just didn't have the money, so this can count. I haven't actually opened this yet, I've just opened it now. I also got this necklace, which was just a pair of angel wings. And I love it. It's spinning. I haven't worn it yet, I've literally only just taken it out of the packet. That was £10, and so I love it. This was a present from Charlene, actually. This is from Etsy. It's meant to be Castiel's Grace, and I love it. I wore it on Friday. I haven't worn it over the weekend, only because it just didn't really fit with my costumes, especially when I was Ruby. But look, it's all glittery. It's Cass's Grace. Though I feel really mean. Why have I got Cass's Grace? I do have 2 more vlogs that I want to film, but they'll probably have to be done tomorrow. Firstly, when I'm less emotional. Like, although I'm out of the zone where anything could make me cry, which I was in about 2 hours ago, anything related to supernatural could make me cry. Right now I'm okay, but something like the ones I'm planning on doing may possibly set me off. Okay, so autographs. This is my scrapbook. I'm sure I told you about it before. I've like written stuff in it. This is my drawing from Charlene that I got in with my Christmas card from her. It's of Sastiel. And so yeah, it's just got all sorts of fun stuff. Like I put my cosplay plans in, printing some pictures of myself because I'm a bit egotistical. I haven't really written much in it this weekend, so it's going to have to be sort of a continual thing. But yesterday, when I was really, really nervous in the waiting for the panels to start, I was feeling really sick. And so what I did was I literally just got my book out, started writing stuff, and it really distracted me and took my mind off it. I haven't even finished a sentence here. It's starting to describe Saturday, and I'm going to do a page for every guest with like all my experience with them. So yeah, this is my Jared autograph here. The book is actually this way around, but I think I passed it like this, so he signed it like that. So it's no fault of his own, it's my fault. But you know, I don't care. Jared signed my book. He's touched this book. I've also touched it too. So yeah, that's not as exciting. And then also, Misha Collins. And that's a little heart he drew. Yeah, I know he does it on everyone's. I really can't believe what's happened this weekend. Oh my god, I'm getting emotional. I don't want it to end. I don't want to go home. Nope. I want to stay here forever. Like, Jared, bring your family, come back here. We'll just live in the Hilton forever and just be best friends, okay? Okay. My rest of my autographs are in my Essential Supernatural book. It does look really different without the dust cover on it, which I took off because people said it gets ripped very easily if it's in the, like, if you're carrying it around everywhere. So I wanted a separate page for Jared to sign, just Jared Padalecki. I also wanted Misha to sign this page, but I think I sort of handed it over so quickly that it just went on the little front page a bit. So I got this page signed by Jared. You can see he signed his stomach. And so hopefully if/when I meet Jensen, he will sign here. I was actually planning on to sign here, but then Jared was like, where do you want me to sign it? And so I was like, anywhere you want, so he picked here. And he was really sweet about it, like, afterwards he was just like, be careful, because it might not, it takes a little while to dry, and I don't want it to get smudged, and I was like, thank you. Yeah, that's where my Jared signed, that's creepy. This is where all the rest of my autographs are. So this is going to be really difficult, so at the top here is Adam J. Harrington, who plays Bartholomew in season 9. He was really nice. I think I said about him earlier, he like shook my hand because we're both like supernatural convention newbies, which is funny. He was really nice. That is Osric's. I have no idea how it's Osric's. Like I can't really make the connection between Osric, Chow, and that. But it's Osric, and I don't really care because I love Osric. That is Gabriel Tigerman, who played Andy in like a couple episodes of season 2. He died, very sad. And he was really nice. I said about him earlier how he was asking how everything was going at the convention, and I said, oh, it's good. I only cried twice. Now it's like 6 times, God's sake. He was like, oh yeah, well it's early, it's early days, isn't it? There's my Misha, who signed there. I think he signed this one first, and then my scrapbook for when, and in between I gave him my letter. Here's his little heart. I only have 2 on this side, but they were decided to sign this side. I have Mark Shepherd here, and that's where he called me darling for the 2nd time. And this is AJ Buckley from the Ghost Faces. And he had a really short queue, and he was really nice. And he was saying how he was having a really good time at the convention and stuff. So yeah, it was really nice to meet all them. It was quite quick, but it was kind of nice to meet like other people who, because Saturday was mainly just Misha and Jared. So it's not like Misha and Jared Con on Saturday. So it's kind of nice to get just a little bit of a departure from that and meet some of the other guests. Though I didn't get autographs from Amanda Tapping, who plays Naomi, Sebastian Roche, who plays Balthazar, and Ty Olsen, who plays Benny, and Tyler Johnston, who plays Alfie Sastamandriel. He was a surprise guest, and I'd already spent a lot of money on my autographs and photos, and I wasn't really prepared to buy another one and add to a little bit more stress. So that's all my autographs. Let's look in my pretty folder. I can't remember if I updated on this, but I actually originally had a green folder, and it was horrible, and then I found a purple one, so I was like, quick, swap! Okay, I just had to put all my photo ops in order, because I wanted to talk about them in order. So, as I said, my first photo op of the day, Jared Padalecki. So, I am crazy happy with this photo. I was kind of terrified that I was going to look awful. I thought I was looking at the floor. My main concern was his other arm isn't around me, but I really don't care anymore. That really did bug me for like the whole of yesterday. I was like, but he didn't hug me back. But I'm sorry, but that kind of counts as hugging me back. Like, he could have been like trying to avoid me while I had my arms around him. And he's like leaning towards me because he wanted to not look so tall. I didn't even notice his height, to be honest. He smelled really minty. I don't know if he had a breath mint or that's just like the aroma that is associated with Jared. He's the only guest that I actually like consciously smelled, if you know what I mean. I wasn't like hugging Jared and like, okay, inhale. It was, it just happened. I was like, smells minty, but I didn't notice anyone else. It came out better than I thought it would. Like, I knew that this one was going to look lovely. It was just whether this one looked lovely, too. Which, I wouldn't say I look lovely. I look kind of clingy, because I'm, like, pressed against him, and have my arms, like, around him. But I think it's not too bad, and he looks happy, so I think it's okay, and I'm really happy, and thank you so much, Jared. Okay, the next one is Mark Shepherd. This was quite quick, I remember. I don't know why I didn't hug him, because this, like, literally, when you see all my photo ops, it's like, how many Supernatural cast members can I hug? So I don't know why I didn't hug Mark Shepherd. I think I was slightly reeling from Jared, because it was pretty soon after. He didn't smile, though he smiled when he said hey to me. He was like, hey darling, and smiled at me. Didn't smile in the photo, but I've heard it's a big achievement for him to actually smile in your photo. So it's not that he doesn't like me, it's just that he's being his normal self and not smiling in photos. He does look kind of confused, but apparently that's just how he rolls. This is not a photo op with me in it. In fact, it's not even a photo op. When we were having our Jared autographs, they were selling headshots, and it was a really pretty picture of Jared. And I only had 2 autographs, and I knew what I was getting signed, so I couldn't get it just to be signed. I literally wanted it because it was pretty, and I wanted it on my wall. But I didn't have time because my hands were full. Like, this hand was like, this arm hurts so bad because I was carrying my book like this, my letter balanced on top and everything, and I kept having to pick stuff up because it kept falling off, and I was holding my really heavy bag with the other hand. And then Charlene just like dumped it on me, and so that's how I got one of these photos. It's so pretty. I don't know when it was taken, but I know it's like Rogue's photographers, and it's really nice. Like, I've always seen the picture of him where he's like not smiling so much, but it's the same like photo, and I really love it. But I did throw it cost £5. I did like throw £5 at Charlene and force her to take it. She would not take it. She was like, nope, it's a present. I'm like, nope, I'm buying that. So yeah, after a little bit of a fight, she finally let me pay for it. All hail Overlord. As I said before, this one was really rushed. Like, literally, this hug like lasted like a second. Literally, it was like in, hug, leave, and it was very, very quick. Like, off you go. And so I wasn't sure about like what my face looked like. I kind of hoped Misha was smiling, but as I've said before, like by this point, I think he was quite tired. You know, he's probably a bit jet lagged. But I really like this photo. And because I was kind of hoping that either Misha would smile or he'd do a face like this. So he did a face like this, so I'm happy. I love that guy. He's so nice. And he's the one I've cried like most at. Like, literally, I haven't really cried about Jared. Well, I kind of have. Like, right, last night, Saturday night, about midnight, I was literally just crying. My mum was asleep, and I was just crying because I sort of realised I met Jared and Misha that day. Like, it properly hit me. And I was just like, I don't want to go home. Like, I really don't want to go home. And so I was like crying really late at night. After my Jared and Misha double today, I did cry. Like, I was shaking so much. Like, I had to pull down my trench coat to show off my wristband just so they knew I was actually part of the convention. And I could not do it. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm shaking because I just had my Jared and Misha photo. And they were like, it's fine. But I managed to find it. And yeah, and then I just sat down and I just realised that was the last, like, thing I had with Jared and Misha. And so yeah, I just sort of started crying, and Charlene was like, fuck. What is wrong with this person? Misha is amazing. I already thought he was amazing, but then I met him, and I've seen him talk in panels and everything, and this was the only time I actually, like, met Mark Pellegrino, and it was a really quick hug. I did actually high-five him today. He walked past, and Charlene high-fived him, so I was like, I'm taking this opportunity, high-five. But yeah, so it was very quick, and it was literally just a hug. So I don't really have much to say about this, because it was kind of hug and leave. But it was my last photo of the day. I was really tired, so I thought I was going to look crap. I don't look great, but I don't look absolutely terrible. I look really pale in this, though. Most likely because I like eaten nothing that day. Okay, here is one of my favourite pictures of the weekend. Jared and Misha double. This was my first photo op today, like of the day. Sharing it with Charlene, we were both kind of nervous and we were really indecisive. We were like, but do I, originally our plan was I hugged Jared and she hugged Misha. But then it was like, it would kind of just look like 2 single photo ops in one thing, and it would kind of be like pointless in a sense. Like, we could have just bought an extra Jared photo op and Jared next to Misha. So we'd sort of been discussing, like, should we do a group hug? I don't know. And so we literally, as soon as it was our turn, I just went, group hug! And then I tried to hug Jared, and then I was like, wait, what am I doing? And so I went on his other side and put my arm around Charlene, and I was like, I need to put my arm around Jared too. Hey, Jared! And this was the result. I look really small, because this one is 6'4", this one is 5'9", and this one is 6 foot. I am 5'2". And you know, that's even Jared like leaning over me, like it's ridiculous, but I really love it. I look kind of weird, like I look like a sort of hobbit that's come in the background, but you can see that's my hand like clinging to Jared, like it's Jared. And we don't even know what the fuck is up with this, like Charlene's like pinching a bit of Jared's shirt. And it's like, what are you doing? And even she doesn't know. I don't think I actually, like, was anywhere near Misha. Maybe he put his arm around me. I don't even remember. I don't know. I can't remember. All I remember is putting my arm around Jared. And then Charlene blinked. And I swear to God, she did it on purpose. And with good reason. Because then we moved. And then we went back again. And got another squeeze. And it was so, like, close and sort of tight, if you know what I mean. And I loved it. And my face in this cracks me up. But I love it so much. And I love Jared's face. He's like, hug time, hug time. Okay, this photo was not expected, and actually it meant that I only had like £5 left out of all my money. Cliff was doing photos. You paid £20 cash on the door, and I could not turn this one down. I'm sorry, but look, his arm is like the size of my head. I would not want to be on the wrong side of this guy. Like, I would not want to jump on Jared Padalecki if he was around. I wouldn't really want to jump on Jared Padalecki anyway, because then he'd think I'm strange. This photo is great. I mean, it's a bit derpy, like, my face is like... But I think he just literally said, "You're really little," and so I was laughing and probably said something, and the photographer obviously caught that. And yeah, he's such a cutie, and he was having great fun with that. And I love his shirt. It's like, I heart guns and coffee, and it's the Starbucks logo with, like, 2 guns. I don't know where they gets this from, but it was pretty awesome. My final photo op, which is kind of sad, it was also my phone. It was my first autograph, my first photo was both Jared, and my last photo and my last autograph was both Osric. And so this is my picture. When I first saw it, I thought I was, like, leaning away from him. I wasn't meaning to, like, I was sort of, like, hugging him, but for some reason I feel like I'm leaning away. But I think he remembered me from when I made my slightly weird comment, like, I squealed a bit too much about your cosplay, and he was like, hey, and we hugged, and look how happy he looks, and look how messy my hair looks. But yeah, that was my last autograph, last photo, so I was kind of really sad, and I sort of sat in panels for the rest of the day, feeling kind of sad, because it was, like, all over. Sad face. So that is all my photo ops and all my autographs. Took me long enough to talk about. I'm really, really sad that it's over. And, oh, I can't believe how quick it's gone. It literally feels like a couple seconds ago that I just walked out of that room where I bought all my Jared stuff and I was squealing going, I'm meeting Jared fucking Padalecki. It's gone way too fast. Like, I don't even know if any of the guests are still here. Misha might have left. Jared's in London, will be in London by now with Jen and the boys. That's where she was. We didn't know, and I wasn't going to ask, but Jared said today in Seb's panel that he was going to London to see Tom and Shep before they went to bed, which is so cute. So yeah, that's where Jen was, and the boys.